The core of the perfect routine to write a novel has one, two, three, four, five, 6 layers. It has 6 units of time that you can work with. But before I get into those 6 units of time, I would first focus on the main goal. I think it's very important to know what is important to you. Is it important to you to write the novel in a specific period of time? Is it important to you to write a great novel in indefinite period of time? Or is it important to you to become a novel writer? I would say the first two are not that important. Becoming a novel writer is the most important goal. Once you make that the goal, novel happening and good novels, great novels happening is the byproduct of that meta goal. So focus on becoming a great novelist. Once you focus on that identity, the goals automatically get met and it becomes very easy to meet them. Not super easy, you're attempting a novel, let's face it, that's anything but easy. But you have to focus on the identity. Once you focus on the identity, everything else falls into place. Secondly, as far as routine goes, you have to use a technique to make sure you're on the path. It will ask resilience of you. And there will be highs and there will be lows. And there will be days or weeks or months where you'll not be able to write. And the ability to accept that is extremely helpful. Because if you feel like I will start and I will finish and it will be a linear process, nothing about this process is linear. It's like this. It will take you all over the place. You'll probably sometimes go 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, but it's okay. So the way to think of it is like going to a gym. So you make a decision to be healthy and choosing a healthier lifestyle. If some weeks you're able to go twice a week, it's okay. If some weeks you're able to go 6 times a week, that's also okay. If some weeks you're able to, some days you're able to meet the 10,000 step count, or some days it's just 6,000, that's okay. You're just becoming more active. Some days you end up having dessert, other days you're completely on track. Some meals are totally like on point, others are not. But not being a perfectionist is the core, and accepting that there are going to be good and bad days. So just committing to the time that you actually have and using it really well, and accepting that not every day would be a great day, not every hour would be great, not every week, not every month would be great, can actually get you towards the finish line. It is a marathon, it takes a really long time. Okay, what are these little units of time? First is hours. So waking up slightly early or sleeping slightly late and blocking an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours ideally. In another video, which I will link down below, I talk about this technique called the Trollope method, which is essentially a deadline method. So every 15 minutes you have to write 250 words and you have to complete it. You can modify it to suit your flow, how smooth it feels, how right it feels, how good it feels, but also pushing yourself. So, like a combination of this works for me, but I'm also pushing to get slightly to the uncomfortable, to the unknown edge, the point where it starts to be difficult, where I feel like I'm training, where I feel like I'm going towards into a space which is new. Finding that right rhythm where some days you really push yourself, but you have a minimum standard that every 15 minutes I will write 100 words. At least twice a week, I will block 3 hours. I might not be able to do it every day right now, but there might be weeks that I am actually on that hourly deadline routine where I have 3 hours blocked. I'm spending 30 minutes as warm up to read and every 15 minutes to write 250 words, and I'm writing 2,500 words a day into 7 a week. So those weeks can happen. But thinking about hourly deadlines So about 1000 words is, I would say, the most ambitious goal that you can have, 250 words for every 15 minutes. Second, thinking about daily, which is practicing getting up early or sleeping late or blocking those 1 hours or 2 hours or 3 hours every single day. So getting into that daily habit. The third unit of time would be weeks. So if every week you're able to spare 8 to probably 10 hours to start with, where this is your writing time, where you, so essentially writing like fundamentally is about getting your butt to the chair and sticking it there and sitting and putting pen to paper or using a typewriter, or if you're using a laptop you have to switch off the internet, cut off the Wi-Fi, switch off the phone, get it on personal mode, DND, whatever. So you have to create that bubble, you have to create that box, you have to create that constraint. So weekly, daily, hourly. Then on a month to month basis, what could you do? Monthly routine would involve that every month I would spend a certain amount of time outlining. I would spend a certain amount of time learning about novel writing. So the books that I need to read to be able to learn more about it. I'll spend certain amount of time doing the free flow writing, where I'm just working on the characters and getting a sense of what they feel like, that scene that I really want to work on. And I'm doing some research to know, like, in that particular bit, my characters go to this place. What does that place look like? What could the imagery be? What could the senses be consuming at that point? And you'll have some intuitive hits also in the middle. So you're combining every month a little bit of reading. So every month, say by the end of the a year, you would have read 10, 12 books if you're reading one book a month on novel writing. I'll make another video on the books that you could be reading. But starting somewhere, like basics like how to write a damn good novel, The Writer's Journey, Writing from Inside Out, these are great books and create another video on it. But having some sort of a rhythm on learning to be better, maybe doing a course on novel writing, doing primary and secondary research, getting all the cues that you need and just noting them in your notepad so that you can bring all of it together in your writing time. So you need some amount of desk time, you need some amount of free flow time, you need some amount of structuring and researching and plotting and outlining time, and you need some amount of learning time. You can mix and match these every month. So over the course of a year, what will happen is that you would put yourself in a position to finish that draft, to have all the ingredients in it. So you're collecting all the ingredients and you're organizing all the ingredients. And in the process, you're becoming a better writer and you're learning to become an even better writer. And your flow is happening more and more, and you're getting deeper and deeper into your novel. Then you need to have some sort of annual goals as well. Some routine that takes you through year after year, because novels sometimes don't finish in a year. If you're really committed to it, you want to write the great American novel. Like for me, I've been inspired by Orhan Pamuk and Vikram Seth and Stieg Larsson and Haruki Murakami. I was sure that it would take more than a year. So I've also, over the last 8 or 9 years, I have created space in my years for deeper learning to happen. So I took a novel writing course from the Faber Academy, which was about writing the first 15,000 words. Then I spent some time to learn about characters and plots and dialogues. I realized these were the things I was struggling with more than other bits. I've had to spare time to do more research. My novel is about dancers, so I spent a lot of time in dance studios and I spent a lot of time learning how to dance. So I've gotten like really into the deep end of research in all of this. I was also improving my writing because I've been writing as a journalist and I've been reading in all of this. So having some sort of a annual routine as well is a good idea. Like thinking that next year I will do this course, or I will be a part of this community, or I will spare this amount of time to get this amount of growth in for my research, for my outlining, for my plotting, for my free flow work. So, for instance, I had Artist's Way, the book by Julia Cameron. I'll link a video I made about that. It's a 12-week course to unlock the artist in you. And if you feel like an imposter, that's a great book. So I spared 12 weeks to just do that. I felt like I'd gotten into this rut of like just focusing on the novel, and I wanted to not work on the novel and just on my writing. Or you could feel like I'm just focusing on the novel and it's getting too heavy. Maybe I want to spare 3 months and work on a short story. So it can rejuvenate you, it can get you back into the mindset and can make the whole thing fun. So you don't have to treat it like work. So thinking in just various units of time over a period of time and accepting that it takes a long time is can give you that resilience to becoming a novelist and not focusing on the goal. If you feel like you're at the beginning of the journey and you want to be this person, I could help you. And there's a coaching program, 40 days, where we work through all the blocks that you're facing right now. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I've done all the courses, read all the books on it, and I've been working on my own novel. I've written 40,000 words. And I think at the beginning of the journey, any challenges that you're facing, I can help you with that. You could enroll and you could schedule a call, and then you could enroll in the program. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.